So we all know Goku's going to be getting a new transformation in October. In fact, we even have a preview of that transformation. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but it is coming. Now, you guys know about my gripes with Toei, how they screw Vegeta over, how the manga's just a lot more consistent, and that's partially because Toriyama entrusted Toyotaro to write the new series, whereas Toei kind of does their own thing. Well, today we're going to be talking about the Limit Breaker transformation and the potential that Vegeta could indeed get this form as well. Now, will it be in the Tournament of Power? I don't know, but it's important to note because in the manga, Vegeta and Goku are equal right now with completed Super Saiyan Blue, but in the anime, there's a much bigger disparity, and if Goku jumps another transformation to the next level of power, could Vegeta eventually get this transformation as well? Would that explain why Vegeta has, for instance, not achieved God swapping in the anime, why he doesn't have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, why he doesn't even have Super Saiyan God, right? In fact, he doesn't even have the Hakai. Is this Limit Breaker transformation going to be achievable for Vegeta because we don't even know what it is yet, or is he going to have his own unique transformation, right? But there is differences, and as a Vegeta fan, I'm really curious to see how things flesh out, because if Goku gets this new form and Vegeta doesn't, as a whole, forget about this arc, and the next arc, he still does not get it, I'm going to be pissed off, because Vegeta pretty much is now on Gohan's level. I mean, maybe that's a bit of a stretch, of course, right? But who knows, if they give Gohan a crazy moment and he actually jumps up a few steps, whereas Vegeta stays the same, and then Goku jumps up a few steps, yeah, Vegeta will sort of be right there with Gohan. Because all Toei gotta do is take something from way back then when Gohan had the most potential, they'll pull some crazy growth, and now he's right there with Vegeta. Now, he's not going to surpass Goku because Goku's the star of the series, but why not actually have Vegeta be right up there with Goku? So let's talk about this Limit Breaker transformation. Do I think Vegeta will get this same form? Now, the first thing that we have to talk about is, what is the Limit Breaker transformation? Is this an anger-induced state, meaning that you need to get super angry and rage in order to achieve this state, or does it have something to do with the God Ki? Is it a heightened version of a God form, meaning that it's the next step in line after Super Saiyan Blue? Because if it's anger-induced, I have a hard time seeing why Vegeta couldn't go through the same process and grow, right? Like, for instance, Vegeta is the king of anger, right? You have Beerus slapping Bulma, Vegeta's ready to kill a god. So when it comes down to the anger-induced transformation, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, if it's similar to that process, Vegeta logically should be able to do it. But if it is indeed a heightened version of God form, and it's Goku maybe figuring something about God Ki that he didn't know up until that point, right? Realizing something that, you have to train to realize, then maybe that's going to become problematic, and that's where Toei can explain not giving that form to Vegeta. With the God Ki, it's Goku at the front, Vegeta at the back, and he gets the leftovers, and sometimes he doesn't even get them. Now, this is where I actually have hope that Vegeta will get this new form, because I think this might indeed be anger-induced. I mean, you don't see silver evil eyes and hair sticking out for no reason. Guys, when you get angry, your hair might stick up, your eyes might become bloodshot, right? So these are common tail signs of rage, of anger, and that might indeed have something to do with the Limit Breaker form, not the God Ki, which is almost synonymous with stability and peace. Now, if you remember the spoilers that came out about a month ago, it said something terrible was about to happen, and this was released in symphony with the actual transformation, Goku's new Limit Breaker form. So it almost feels like this will be anger-induced. This will come from a place of just tragedy, heartbreak, that kind of emotion. And if that is the case, I could totally 100% see Vegeta achieving that same Limit Breaker state. The only way, honestly, I don't see Vegeta achieving that state is if Vegeta's the one that actually gets killed to trigger Goku into getting this new Limit Breaker state, right? And why would they sacrifice Vegeta? I mean, I guess they might be able to sacrifice Vegeta to make a statement like, yo, if Jiren takes out Vegeta, he's that powerful, and Goku now has to go extra hard. Very similar to how Vegeta fought Hit. Hit took Vegeta out, and that hyped Hit up more because he just took Vegeta out. They might do something similar with Jiren or another character, but I don't know, how messed up would that be from the standpoint of a Vegeta fan, where you're watching your boy Vegeta, he's barely getting any spotlight, and the time that he does get spotlight, he's just getting abolished. You know, that's really not cool. I don't think Then again, I don't know, Toei has screwed Vegeta over recently, and they've done a lot of ass pulls. It's not very consistent. The anime makes you not take the power leveling in the series as seriously, so who knows? Maybe they will off Vegeta. I would think that's extremely crazy if they do that. In fact, it would actually explain why Goku does get this limit breaker state, because even though Goku and Vegeta, they kind of brush heads sometimes, you could tell Goku would not be cool with Vegeta going down, especially Vegeta throws in a line to Goku like, you know, the pride of the Saiyans, it rests on you, young Saiyan, you know. If he said something like that, you know, before getting offed, I could see where Goku would be triggered, because at the end of the day, they do come from the same place, the same family. Not literally same family, but they're both Saiyans. They're both connected, as weird as it is, because there was a time when Vegeta and Nappa came to Earth and tried to, you know, exterminate Goku. That was a thing at some point, but they've come a far way since then, and their families are almost related to each other. I mean, just take a look at Bulma and the connection Bulma has with other Earthlings connected to Goku. There might be a time when the bloodlines actually do merge with Pan and Trunks. Maybe they will develop a romantic interest. I know y'all could say Double Four, isn't that some pedo shit? I mean, it's really weird, man, the whole age thing, right? Future Trunks, young Trunks. I mean, technically Pan was a baby, Trunks was like 9, so, you know, in the future there could be that established bond, right? It happens, right? There is a 9-year difference between relationships sometimes. I mean, my parents have more than a 9-year difference, but anyways, I know I probably shouldn't have thrown that in there, because to me, Trunks is like an older brother to Pan. That being said, unless Toei starts getting ballsy for some reason, I don't see why Vegeta would die to trigger Goku's new transformation. Although I guess it's possible, right? Vegeta's death could be that something terrible thing that happens. I think it's much more likely that one of Goku's long-time friends dies, like maybe Tien or maybe his son Gohan. That's what a lot of people are predicting, that Gohan's death will actually be the thing that triggers Goku to go, you know, limit breaker. Maybe the conditions of this transformation is reaching a state of anger never reached before. I know that sounds really vague, right? But what if it's like even more specific, like the person closest to you has to die? Now, I know what some of you guys might say, Goku don't care, he don't care if anybody goes. Well, for instance, look at the recent episode where he came to Master Roshi's defense. I'm not saying Master Roshi's gonna die, although he might, even though if he would have died, wouldn't have he died in the recent episode? But what if it's actually that Gohan dies? He's the closest person to Goku. Goku ends up getting triggered by that. He reaches a state of anger never reached before. And maybe this is something that can happen to Vegeta down the line with Trunks, for instance, right? Or maybe Bulma, right? It could be something down the line where Vegeta achieves the same state. And it would be really weird for Vegeta to ask Goku how to achieve that state. But, you know, maybe he could just observe Goku's growth and try to emulate that, and maybe he'll even achieve his own unique version. Again, we don't really even know what the limit breaker state is. It's a possibility that it's not even anger induced, but for some reason the spoilers are making me think that it's anger induced because of that terrible thing that happens in connection to this new transformation. We know, for instance, that Frieza and Frost don't care about their respective universes and they're possibly going to team up to cause destruction, right? Frieza ultimately wants to live, but one thing else that he wants to do is he wants to fuck Goku over. And maybe Frieza's realized that the person closest to Goku is Gohan. He's going to want to kill Gohan, and that's going to be the trigger right there. So a lot of people are indeed saying that Frieza's absence is a sign that he's going to come in and indeed cause that terrible thing that will trigger Goku's new state. Because we already know he doesn't care about Universe 7. Now this is all mere speculation though. You know, people are saying that this new state is mixing Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God. Other people are saying that Goku's taking his Hakai energy and he's absorbed it. Other people are saying that this has to do with maybe angelic ki, something to do with the angels, because the angels have similar eyes, those silver eyes. All I'm gonna say is Goku looks really pissed off, like he's got nobody left, like he's there all alone, and you see all those ripples in time-space. Like, this new form, his hits, his blows might be so powerful that he actually creates a rift in time-space. If I'm gonna have to make a prediction, this is an anger-induced state that Vegeta will achieve, and this would be the perfect opportunity to have Vegeta and Goku become on the same level once again, because keep in mind, Vegeta missed out on God swapping, on Kaioken, on Super Saiyan God, on Hakai, so this would be the perfect opportunity to put them right next to each other. Will this happen in the Tournament of Power? I don't know, guys. Leave your comments down in the section below.